Hello, this is Father Aaron Westman with the Glen Mary Home Missioners, and this is your Missioner Moment. My brothers and sisters, what an amazing thing that we get to celebrate this weekend. We're celebrating the Feast of Pentecost, the Feast of the Holy Spirit coming into this world, the Feast of the Holy Spirit descending upon the church and filling believers with its power and with its gifts. One of the things that I think is important to focus on about the Holy Spirit is the Holy Spirit is the instrument which is kind of inviting us and perhaps even bothering us to grow in holiness, to grow in sanctity, which ultimately means growing in the joy and the peace and the happiness and the purpose and the mission that God desires for our lives. Now, I'm not sure if any of you out there are dog lovers. I definitely love dogs. But I haven't had a chance to live with dogs too many times in my life, except I remember one very specific and important time. It was a very special time for me, and it was during my novitiate. Well, the pastor of that parish that I was assigned to, Father Jerry Dorn, had two dogs, Bubba and Brownie. Now, I was there for a year, and Bubba liked Father Jerry very much, and Brownie came to become very close with me, I would say. Brownie was this amazing brown dog, imagine, and it was great. So Brownie would love to sleep in my room on the chair next to my bed, and if she wasn't sleeping there, she would get upset, so she basically had to be there. And this was all wonderful and good, except for the mornings where I wanted to sleep in. What would Brownie do? I'd be trying to sleep in, and Brownie would jump off the chair, jump up onto my bed, and she would nuzzle her nose into my face and try to wake me up. Well, I would turn over and pull the sheets over, and she would go back to the chair. Well, then she would do it again. She'd come up and she would actually try to pull the sheets off of me and then nuzzle her head into my head again. Well, clearly it was obvious I wasn't going to be able to sleep in any longer. Brownie was there to sort of bother me, to get me to wake up, to live my life. I think this is very much like the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is that feeling that we feel in our hearts where we know we need to change. We look at our lives and we say, you know what, I have this issue, I have this problem, I have this sin, and I know I need to change, and I can feel my heart telling me it's time to change. That's the Holy Spirit knocking in our hearts. Or perhaps we say, you know what, I feel like I'm being called to get involved in this mission or get involved in this kind of service in the church and in the world, and we keep getting bothered about it. It doesn't go away. That's the Holy Spirit, again, bothering us, nudging us, inviting us to something more, to something greater, inviting us ultimately to be saints, which means to take upon us the mission that God is calling us to grow in joy and happiness that is inexplicable, really, and to know and to love God. My brothers and sisters, on this Feast of Pentecost, may we be open to the power of the Holy Spirit in our lives.